All right then. Conversational AI is a method in which AI will be handling your responses that you get from the leads, either when they contact you first, or if you're running some sort of an ad or a form, or if you have a form on your website, whichever way you get a lead, AI will handle that in order to accomplish the objective you have. Now, the objective could vary from booking an appointment to having them added to maybe another workflow or nurture sequence, have them qualified, XYZ, whatever your objective is, AI will be able to handle all of that so that you wouldn't need more resources to do that. And you will have something that's been working on the back end to make sure that every lead that's qualified is moving forward towards the main goal. And as a business owner, all you'll have to do is either go to your appointments and check what appointments you have, or if the end goal is call status calls, or maybe being added to a manual power dialer, all you will need to do is open your power dialer and see how many calls you have. So things like that, it will simplify the entire process you have.
Yep, as Mustafa was saying, we are going to be going over conversation AI. I know that we have a few LaborMax clients here with us, and I really hope that this helps you out, especially whenever you're low on employees or managers to help with the customer relation process. So, first thing is you want to go to your OverPower sub account, then scroll all the way down to settings, then go on down to conversation AI right here in the middle. All right, and I'll just go off and explain what the purpose of this. So, conversation AI is designed to automate and enhance customer interactions. It leverages artificial intelligence to provide efficient, personalized, and round the clock 24/7 support. It is supposed to improve the customer experience, provide instant response or delayed response to customer inquiries, reducing wait times. It offers personalized recommendations and solutions based on customer data and creates a more engaging, interactive customer experience. It also increases efficiency as well, automates routine tasks like appointing, scheduling, and FAQ answering. It frees up human agents, like I mentioned earlier, to focus on complex issues and building customer relationships. Also generates leads and qualifications, qualifies leads based on their interactions with the AI, collects valuable customer information for future marketing efforts. It also provides product information and recommendations, guides customers through the sales process, and, like I said before, 24/7 availability. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on to the actual settings for Conversation AI. The bot preferences here in the bot settings, you have off, suggestive, and autopilot. For off, no AI involvement is on. All responses are manually crafted by the user, and here you can see all the supported channels for which the AI will be involved in. So you have Instagram, Facebook, SMS, chat widget, and live chat. Depending on how many accounts that you implemented into your sub account, it will automatically link up into those and be able to take over for any customers that might want to interact with you. So that is for off. For suggestive, the system provides AI generated response, and you can accept, modify, or reject these suggestions. It's similar to a search engine giving you results that you might be interested in, but you do not have to use these results whatsoever. It's best for businesses that want to leverage AI for efficiency but maintain control over the conversation and really have a hands-on approach. Lastly is autopilot. The AI handles most responses automatically. You can set specific rules and guidelines for the AI. High volume businesses seeking maximum efficiency, and in essence, these options. Off gives you complete control. Suggestive offers a balance between AI assistance, and autopilot maximizes automation but requires careful configuration. And we will get into the configuration a little bit later. Here we see the advanced settings. Here you put the business name. This is what the bot will use as the name of the business that is being assigned to. Very simple. And you can use this as it will basically automatically use the name of the business here whenever you use this prompt in any of your workflows or messages. Autopilot mode. Configure the settings for the autopilot mode based on your business needs. Wait time before responding. This will dictate how long the AI will wait until it sends the next message. This is so that it can gather more information and give it enough time to think of a response, but it also makes the response seem more human-like as well. So you can obviously tell that a bot is answering your questions whenever it's answered it 2 seconds after you ask the question. The maximum messages a bot can send to a contact, you can set this as well. This will be very important if you're on a budget and you do not want to worry about the current pricing. Here you see the pricing. The current plan is 2 cents per response. This is for every response that the AI sends back and forth. And that does stack up, but we can upgrade you to the unlimited plan. But we would need to talk to you afterwards if you want to do that. You can send the bot to sleep whenever you send a message manually or through the workflow and set the timing on that as well. Next is the bot trial. The bot trial is a free testing phase within the Conversation AI feature that allows you to experiment with and refine your bot responses before fully deploying it. Essentially, it's a sandbox environment where you can interact with your bot. You can directly communicate with your bot to see how it responds to different prompts and questions. You can provide it feedback. You can give it feedback on the bot's responses by using thumbs up or thumbs down system. This data helps the bot learn and improve over time, and you can just train your bot in general. You can add FAQs or train the bot using web content to enhance its knowledge base. The key benefits is that it's risk-free. You are not being charged for it, and no one else will be seeing these responses but you. It helps improve the bot's performance and is cost-effective. Next is the bot training. Bot training is crucial for equipping your AI with the knowledge and ability to effectively interact with users. We provide offers two primary methods for bot training: web crawler and customized bot responses. The web crawler is a powerful tool that enables your bot to learn from the content of your website by inputting specific URLs or entire domains. The bot can extract information from these web pages and build a knowledge base. This approach is particularly useful for businesses with extensive online content, such as product descriptions, FAQs, or blog articles. Next is the customized bot responses. While web crawling is valuable, it may not cover all aspects of your business or specific customer inquiries. Customized bot responses allow you to manually input question answers to fine-tune the bot's knowledge. This method is ideal for specific product or service information, company policies or procedures, unique selling points. And by combining the web crawling and customized bot responses, you can create a highly knowledgeable and informative chatbot that effectively meets the needs of your customers. So here we already have one set up. The question is, yes, please. We offer top-notch web design, dynamic email campaigns, and engaging social media to skyrocket your business. And you can input more as well. Next is configure intents. The configure intent section is conversation AI allows you to define the specific tasks or goals your bot should achieve. Currently, there are 2 primary intents: support and general questions and answers. This intent focuses on enabling your bot to provide general support and answer customer inquiries. The primary goal of this is to respond to questions asked by contacts, offering support and ensuring a seamless user experience. Next is appointment booking. This intent empowers your bot to schedule appointments on behalf of your business. The key settings are calendar integration, appointment types, booking process, and booking confirmation as well. And that is just about it for the Conversation AI settings. It is very important that you go over the bot trial and the bot training whenever you're making your bots so that they have the information that they need, because you would not want to hire someone on board and not give them any information about what you do or what your business is for. So it's very important that you can put as much information as possible whenever you're doing these settings. Now I'm going to pass it over to Mustafa if he would like to explain the other side of Conversation AI within the workflows.
Yeah, absolutely. If you would, so before we even build conversational AI or we use the AI feature, the first thing that we need to understand is this part. Let me just wait for it to load. All right, perfect. So in front of you is a very generic flow chart, but what it's called is a um, business incoming leads flow chart. What it shows is where the incoming call or the incoming lead is coming from, what is the entire business process that you have, how many people handle it, what are the usual questions, and what is the end case of the business model. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is if your intention of using AI is to have an AI bot that automatically schedules appointments by showing the times and the days when the appointment booking is available, and then the person can just say, "Okay, I'm free on Monday," and then he or she gets all the times, the time durations, when on Monday all the appointment bookings are free, and then he or she is just messages and says 3:30 or 4:30, whatever time slot they're free in, and automatically an appointment will be booked. If that's something that your business wants to do, the best option for you would be to use the conversational AI from the settings. But if you want to do anything else apart from that, for example, you want to call the person, or if you want to add them to a specific workflow, if you want to send out an email or anything else apart from that, then using a workflow and building a conversational AI workflow is the best case scenario for you. Another part for that is that if you have any qualification questions, in the case that you want to qualify the leads that are coming in, for example, if you are a service-based business, you want to make sure that they're within your area, they are viable leads. So for example, if you are in the service industry and whether or not they want the service, that's a qualification question, and you may have as many as you want. So a good amount of qualification questions are usually considered 4 to 5. So if you have qualification questions and only you want to contact the leads who qualify till the end, then using a workflow would be the best solution for you. Now, if this image, everyone understands it, I can move on to the workflow part, which is, well, when it's all built out, it's considered huge, but it's extremely powerful as well. So let's start with the first step, the triggers. How will you trigger the conversational AI? So I guess it's not that visible, so I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. All right. So as the trigger says, the first thing is the specific form submitted. As you can see over here, if you have a specific form on your website on which you want, when a person enters their information, you want the AI to qualify the person and then handle the objections and qualify it for the final objective, then you can use this particular trigger. Other triggers include Facebook lead forms or social media lead forms. For example, if you're running ads and you want people to come from there, the next thing could be a call status. So, for example, if you are getting a lot of missed call texts back and you don't want the custom generic SMS just to go out and that's that, you can use that over here as well. So, anyone who calls and it ends up as a missed call, that person will not only just get an SMS, but will start getting a chain of SMS based on the response he gives off from the primary SMS. Apart from that, you could have for your social media comments on a post or a direct DM. So, for example, if you have a post that says comment yes and get this offer, and all the people who comment yes will start receiving a DM on their social media profile, and then the conversational AI will kick in and start having a communication with them. You can also have it for the email channel. So if someone replies to a particular email that you have sent out, maybe it could be a promotional email, it could be a seasonal email, a holiday email, any sort of an email promotional campaign that you're running, and someone replies with a custom phrase or a custom keyword that you already have within their email, something that says, reply with, yes, I am interested. So if someone says, yes, I am interested on their reply, this conversational AI will kick off. Now, one thing that's highly important to understand is using the workflows will only be a viable option if the conversation is being initiated by the AI. And the only prompt you want is like a hands up in a scenario. If you are asking an audience how many of you are interested and people just raise hands, this is when the conversational AI via the workflow will be a viable option. But if you want someone to send you a message that contains the information, and then you want the AI to using the information from the first message and then utilize that and have a conversation, then the method shown to you by Cohen, in which you go to the settings and train your bot, that is the preferred method. The reason is that using the workflow will not be able to recognize what message was it did he receive, did the workflow received. It wouldn't be able to understand the content of the SMS or the email or anything else. It would just understand that a particular condition was satisfied or fulfilled, and it needs to kick off. So that's another difference between using the workflow or using a chatbot directly. Now, so for example, I have a multiple different incoming leads through different channels. So I just went with just the specific form submitted. Then I added an if-else situation. So I wanted to separate each channel so that the responses or the conversational AI would be different for each channel. Now, again, you can make separate workflows for each channel, or you can have it combined all in one. Some people prefer having a different workflow for each channel. I, on the other hand, prefer to have all in one because it's far easier making the workflow and copying things over. But another a disadvantage of going to my way is whenever you want to make a change or pause a workflow, the entire workflow will be paused. That means it will not be working for the call status. It will not work for Facebook leads. It will not work for anything. So there are pros and cons in every strategy. Moving on. So for example, someone submitted a form on the website. The workflow will check where did the lead come from. It came from the form submitted. Now the conversational AI will start to kick off. Now over here, I have question one, conversation AI. What it means is I'm using AI to start asking a question. A question would be considered a qualifying question. So for example, in the marketing agency, OverPower Marketing, a good qualification question right off the bat would be, are you getting a steady flow of leads every month? Or it could be something like, how is your business doing? Is your business making this much amount of money every month? Or are you happy with the current position where your business is? So for a marketing agency, these sort of questions would be considered qualifying questions to identify leads. But every business has its own criteria of qualifying questions. So all of these things should be made or prepared beforehand so that when you're working on creating or crafting some sort of a workflow, you always have that information with you. So in this action, which is called the conversation AI, you can dictate the personality of the for this AI bot. So you can tell it about what the AI bot is. Over here, you are a rockstar salesman for OverPower Marketing. It could be a salesman, it could be a marketeer, it could be a strategist, whatever position you want. And then you can dictate the objectives. So the first objective is you are given a single question to ask at every reply. Keep at it. Continue the conversation by following the question exactly. Or you can say using the same question, but asking it in a different manner so that it sounds similar, but it's not the exact same question. Just to show that's not being repeated again and again. You can develop new responses based on the prospect's remarks, but nudge the prospect around the question in your reply. And so on and so forth. You give the questions to configure its personality, the personality of the bot. Again, you would require some Q&A, some trial and error methods to find out what type of a personality would be best for you. You can research for it, or you can just reach out to us personally, and we'll help you in crafting the proper personality that would be befitting for your business and for the AI bot. Then you have the additional instructions. The additional instructions usually contain business lingo. So for example, if someone is talking about leads, what do leads mean? If someone is talking about, let's say someone says ASAP, I want this particular service ASAP. So ASAP means as soon as possible, and it's indicating urgency. So you can give all sorts of lingo just so that the bot understands each and every response. The by default additional instructions are ask the script question. You are persistent, even if they are not interested. Get them to stay and talk. Keep the conversation around the script question. Keep at it till you try at least 3 times. And then you have other ones as well. Keep your responses concise, under 20 words. Try to mirror the prospect's manner, phrasing, and how they talk. Use phrasings as I understand. Instead of using I understand, say, oh, I see what you mean. in the rest of your reply, and so on and so forth, just so that the bot can utilize some sort of a human verbal communication methods. So it doesn't come out as a sort of AI generated, it shows some sort of a human touch to it as well. Then after configuring the personality and the additional instructions, you start with the main stuff. The first thing is your qualifying question. So when you have the list of all your qualifying questions, you'll type in the first one, which is, are you currently getting a steady flow of leads every month? And then you have the timeout option. So how much will the bot wait before it moves that leads to a particular stage? So for this one, I have 1 hour. It could be one entire day, a week, whatever suits your needs. And the channel the options I have are SMS, Facebook, Instagram. I will not prefer live chat. It could be done, but I personally consider that live chat would be better handled on the method that Owen showed you. But right now, the SMS, Facebook, and Instagram would be perfect. Facebook would be perfect for someone if someone messages on you on your Facebook DM. Instagram would be perfect if someone messages you on your Instagram DM. Otherwise, SMS would be perfect. Skip if answered, and bot response limits. So what this means is, what is the limit of the bot to keep asking the same question over and over again in a different manner? Over here, it could be 5, it could be 3, it could be 1, as many times as you want the same question being asked until it gets either a yes or a no, or an acceptable answer or an unacceptable answer. Moving down, these are the branches. The first 2 branches are by default, cannot be edited, cannot be deleted, but it's understandable. For example, if I ask the question, how many are you currently getting a steady flow of leads every month? The possible answers are yes or no. If it's a yes, I gave the condition that it should be a positive response. You can say something like, it indicates yes, or that the person is interested, or anything that you can say is sort of can be taken as a positive response. So you can add details, whatever you want, or you can even add that the response contains this phrase. So that you have the 2 branches, which you have the yes and a no one. You can add multiple branches if you want. So if you are asking maybe which of the following services do you think is the most appealing for you, 1, 2, or 3, and based on that, you can have different branches. So delete this one. So if the response you get from the user from the first question is neither yes nor no, and it's something entirely unrelated or irrelevant, it could go under the branch which says no condition met. And if the bot is waiting for an hour or whatever your timeout is, and since till that particular time there has been no response, it will go into timeout. So over here, then from there, you have these 4 branches. You can make them as much as you want it to be. So if no condition has been met, you can send them back to this part. So it re-asks the question. If it's a timeout, you can send them to a nurture sequence, an infinite nurture sequence, so that persons keep getting an SMS or an email throughout the period of, let's say, once every week for the entire year, 10 years, whatever your nurture sequence is. And if the answer is no, you can have some sort of a response. So let's say, I'm sorry that I'm unable to qualify you, or I'm unable to fulfill your service, something like that, whatever your response would be to someone who says no to your question. And if the question is yes, now that's when you can have a variety of options of what you can do. The first option that you can do is you can update the contact field with what they said. So for example, if you have a contact field within every contact, let's say, I don't know, if a person is a potential client or if a person is just hanging around and trying to get information. So based on the response, the AI will be able to then update the contact field and enter that information with that field, saying that the person is just looking out, if the person is interested, the person is highly interested, the person might be interested after 6 months, or whatever the response is. And that custom field or that contact field will be updated. Although that this particular action causes some bugs in the software, but those bugs are being fixed upon right now, or being worked out as we speak. So it may be completely fixed in the next quarter or maybe this quarter. So whenever that happens, we'll be able to update you as well. but it's a nice thing to add it still over here. Apart from that, what you can do is then you can have a series of qualifying questions. So the first question has been asked. If the response is accurate, the response that you want, you can ask another one, another one, another one, so on and so forth. It could be 5, it could be 10, it could be as many as you want. But what is at the end of the conversational AI? Now, this is what could be one of the following options. You can either add them to a separate workflow. You can even assign it to a particular user. You can use the call button or the call action. What it does is if the contact has been assigned to a user, hence why I assigned it to a user beforehand, this event will call the user. In this case, it will call me as an agency owner or as a person working in OverPower Marketing. And then if I accept the call, only then it will then call the user or the contact, the lead who was in this workflow. And over here, we have the call whisper. So the whisper message will only be played to the person who is within the company. So for example, if I'm receiving a call from the company and I accept the call, the first thing I'm going to hear is whatever I type out over here. So it could be something like that this person just went through conversational AI workflow and has responded yes to all the 5 qualifying questions. And now I want to connect you with this person so you can complete or fulfill your objective. And then you can have an SMS, you can have an email, and all sort of things. So this conversational AI can do everything apart from booking an appointment directly. What it can do, however, is it can send out an email or an SMS with the booking link or the calendar link where the person will have to click and then book the appointment by themselves. Apart from that, this conversational AI will be able to handle every objective of your business. So yeah, those are the differences between this conversational AI, the workflow, and the bot training AI, as Cohen showed, and the use cases are in front of you. So regarding that, I hope that this has been informative, but if you have any questions about it, please ask us so we can handle it. So any questions from anyone, any feedback? Or do you think that this conversational AI is something that you would like to use within your industry, within your business, and you think that it could be a nice way to have some sort of an AI qualifying the leads on the back end, so that when you wake up or when you start your day, you'll have all the qualified leads in your system and you will have an action plan to go with it. Okay, so if there's no questions, I'm guessing that no one has any comments or concerns or any suggestions.
So just to add on to what most of us said, we do have a support ticket system where you can send in a request, whether it be an appointment or a topic that you want us to go over in these meetings. You can just go to submit request in your sub account menu and just write out everything that you have concerns about, fill in your name, number, and all that information, and we will be sure to get back to you. All right, but other than that, thank you all for coming.
Apart from that, thank you for being an amazing audience, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you all next week as well.